Welcome, my chingus, to episode 67 of This Week in K-Pop. In this episode, we will talk about EXO, Girls' Generation, JYP, Mamamoo, MissA, Pretty Brown, Taeil, The Ark, and more.
And more.
My name is Steven.
And with me is my co-host, Josh. You always introduce me.
I'm sorry.
You left me hanging. I was like,
my name is Steven. And this motherfucker right here is Josh. This Week in K-Pop is a discussion podcast that covers the last 2 weeks, or in this case, 3 weeks of K-pop music video releases. And each week, Josh and I will pick what we thought was the best song since the last episode.
Yeah, sorry that we're late with this episode. Last weekend we were supposed to record, but Steven got very sick, lost his voice.
I got fucking sick.
Terrible.
Like, not sick, I got fucking sick. And then all of a sudden, 3 days passed. I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
See, I thought that you had the swine flu because he was saying people at his school had the swine flu. And I was like, Steven, you have the swine flu now. It was nice knowing you.
So, like, yeah, like, when the swine flu, quote-unquote, epidemic happened in America, right? Which wasn't really an epidemic. It was just, like, a crazy hype.
Yeah, hype train.
Hype train thing.
Swine flu hype train.
Apparently, I mean, swine flu is bad, right?
Very bad, yeah.
Like, in Asia, people were getting that shit, and it was kind of normal. Mm-hmm. Oh, not normal, but it wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah.
So when my coworker was like, I have a swine flu. And I was like, what? You got what? You got what flu?
Which flu?
She was like, yeah, I got swine flu. And I was like, oh shit, I'm fucked. But apparently it's not that bad. She had to take a week off work, which
but it's still pretty bad.
It's crazy in Korea because they don't take time off for anything. Mm-hmm. So like that would probably be equivalent in America of taking like 2 months of vacation.
Yeah, maybe it's a really long time. Like, people in Korea, they don't take sick days out.
Yeah. There's no subs. There's like no subsystem. So like they had to hire a lady just to replace her for the 1 week, which was like a big deal of fuckery.
It's a real big deal.
But anyways, I'm sorry. If you guys didn't know that why we didn't record, you should probably follow us on Twitter.
Yeah, I think I sent out a message or something saying, yeah, something like that.
I think I posted one like 3 days later, too late, but like I was like recovering from my blackout sickness. But if you want to keep up with what's happening, even though I still suck at replying sometimes, especially since I was sick, at least follow us on Twitter. We're at This Week in K-Pop. And individually, I'm at, TWIK Steven.
I'm at TWIK Josh.
Yeah. I made you put the TWIK in there, but it matches, so it's great.
I guess so.
It's great. But anyways, this is your first podcast. You might be like, man, we're talking about EXO. We're talking about Girls' Generation. This is crazy. Well, we've been waiting for these big releases for a long-ass time. Because 2015 has been...
a poop shoot.
A poop-a-poop.
Poop.
But we were really excited.
Very excited, yeah.
A lot of things picked up, and we're going to talk about it.
Yeah.
But we're not going to talk about it first. Yeah. We're going to talk about your favorite song.
Yeah, our favorite song. So these past 3 weeks, I think there have been a lot of good songs. But one song just kind of really shot out to me. It's really my style of song, and if I hear songs like this, then I'm usually going to pick it for my best song. And I kind of have a little bit of a soft spot for songs that aren't really too popular, that people haven't heard of. So I want to like introduce new songs to people. But my song of the week is by Pretty Brown with Breakup with Breakup.
Now this song, I also would have picked this as my...
it's a really good song.
Yeah, so in the interest of diversity, we both didn't pick it, but this would also be my song of the week. Or song of the episode.
Yeah.
But Pretty Brown is a new duo, R&B duo from Brand New Music.
Yeah.
Which we didn't know they were brand new music until we listened to the song and we were like...
And like, oh, this is a brand new music song.
Yeah.
You gotta know.
It features Kanto from Troy, also brand new music.
Yeah.
Jace from MissA or Miss Money sign shows up. Also brand new music. So the clues are there.
Yeah.
But anyways, well, why'd you pick this song?
So this song has all the makings of like songs that I listened to for a very long time. One, it has very diverse singing. You have two guys who whose voices both fit this song, but they're both different enough that it has some sort of like contrast, which me and Steven really like in songs when you have more than one singer. One guy kind of has a little bit of softer voice. One guy has a little bit more, like, I guess, rough, like kind of gruff kind of sounding voice. Not really raspy, I wouldn't say, but if you listen to the song, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. And like, actually, there were a lot of songs this week where we thought, man, this is really good for the first minute. And then it just kept going on and on and on, and there was no diversity. Yeah. And
we might talk about some of those songs in our lightning round.
But this is much better because you have two singers. Kanto shows up, and his, if you don't know Kanto, I mean, he's got a very, I think, he's got a low, kind of deep voice.
He has a very good rap voice.
Yeah, it's a really good rap voice. Doesn't match his face at all, but it's a really good rap voice, and it matches really well in this song.
And they also, so the music video, they employ this kind of fisheye lens style of shooting, and it's interesting because they go to like different places and such. Yeah. But all in all, it's just kind of a let's dick around kind of music video. Yeah. So.
Like, aside from the cool, like, it's like this Uber fisheye thing where it makes everything look like a planet,
Earth,
like a 360,
planet,
like that tiny planet in Dragon Ball Z where he goes to train on.
And it's like super like heavy. And,
heavy gravity, but it's like, it's a really cool kind of looking technique. But other than that, it's a really basic-y music video. Yeah. But the song is, we do say this a lot, like our type of music, but brand new music makes our type of music.
They make music we really like.
And this song has every part of that that we love. Yeah. And this was the only song where we heard it, because we watched the videos together this time in preparation for the episode. And this was the only one we were like, we need to hear that
one
again.
More time. Let's hear that one more time.
Right away. Yeah. So that's Pretty Brown. Fucking terrible name, though.
So terrible.
Terrible name. But Pretty Brown, again, it's breakup with breakup.
Korean 일별과 일별하다.
Yeah. And you should listen to the song. I'm telling you, if you are in any way, like, I know you listen to Girls' Generation, right? I know you listen to EXO, but please give this Pretty Brown song a chance.
Yeah.
Especially.
It has like maybe 50,000 views or something really small.
Yeah.
Yeah, but really go check it out. I recommend it.
Yeah. But that's if you're in R&B.
Yeah.
If you're into idols and only idols, you ain't going. This ain't your thing.
But I mean, if you want to like expand your horizons and listen to different type of Korean music, like give this a shot. You might like it.
True. Yeah. Show enough.
Yeah.
All right. Well, moving on, we will talk about the biggest, I guess.
One of the bigger ones, definitely.
Yeah.
The past 3 weeks.
Maybe second biggest now, sadly. Yeah. But that is Josh's favorite girl group, Girls' Generation, with their new single, but it's kind of single, not really a single. Catch Me If You Can.
Now, Girls' Generation, they're back. We actually did a reaction to this song. And I felt we were a little bit harsh, I guess. But I feel we are more harsh with
things that
we like. Yeah. So, as you guys may know, or may not, we say that all the time.
You say that a lot.
As you may or may not know, I'm a huge fan of SNSD and Girls' Generation, and I've been a fan of theirs for maybe about 6 years.
Yeah. This is this is what you grew up with, quote unquote.
Yeah,
right?
this is whenever someone's like their first K-pop love, this is my first K-pop love, like Girls' Generation.
Mine already died.
Yeah, Steven's was Wonder Girls, so you can tell around when we started to listen to K-pop, a long time ago. But Girls' Generation, the song itself is very Japanese and EDM-y, very electronic.
And it is, to be clear, it is a Japanese single, right? That they released a Korean version.
Yeah, so normally, like, SM kind of usually releases some songs with, like, 2 language. Like EXO does it with, like, Korean and Chinese. Right.
But then again, that's in EXO's entire concept is to have both. But.
Yeah. And so Girls' Generation, I think this was originally supposed to be a Japanese release, and then this is the Korean version. Usually you see it the opposite way around, like a Korean release and then a Japanese version of that.
Because I didn't know if it was officially supposed to be a Japanese single. But when we just checked, because we had checked the Melon charts, which is a music chart,
it's
a real-time music chart.
The Korean real-time music chart.
And this song is not anywhere on the list.
Yeah, which is really strange, right? Because Girls' Generation has a huge fan base. And
so that must mean it's not technically a Korean single.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a special version. Anyway, it doesn't matter. What matters is after hearing it again, multiple times, I actually don't think we were overly harsh on it.
I don't think so, but we were definitely quite negative about it.
Yeah, I mean, as we'll say later, like in some of our reader reviews, and just my overall feelings on like how the podcast has been going for the last 6 or 7 months. Like I know we've been really negative, but I also think some parts of the negativity is just like fuck this shit. I don't want to listen to it.
Yeah.
Which we do a lot with songs now.
Yeah.
But
the market is really oversaturated right now with groups and stuff.
Yeah. But I think when we were harsh on this song, like I don't think it was overly harsh. Like I think that the dance, while it was a busy dance, and I'm not saying it was an easy dance, like there was no point to it. I don't mean point to. I mean there was no defining feature of this dance.
There's no like this is the Catch Me If You Can dance.
And that's crazy for Girls' Generation because they made their entire
careers out of
having a thing
like hacky sack dance, like the genie dance.
The even Mr. had the handcuff
dance, right?
Like when I think of Girls' Generation songs, I can always equate a dance to it.
Yeah.
And even Mr., which I didn't like, I still don't like. Yeah. And this song, I don't like. I think I will associate the weird outfit or this weird
Finding Nemo construction outfits.
Yeah,
terrible choice in outfits, stylist Neem.
Yeah, I just but we were talking about like there's a part in this song I really like. Which,
there's one part.
Again, is a very common theme with SM's releases in the last 2 years because there are multiple distinct parts of the song that are really like 3 songs jammed together.
Yep.
But the best part for me is the chorusy part.
My heart or this love, my love or something.
Yeah, it's like where
Tiffany is singing one part. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's like a little vocal effect to it.
Yeah.
And it sounds very airy, and I really like it.
Like that part.
That part, exactly. And it builds up, and it builds up, and it builds up.
And then it goes, Catch Me If You Can. And it just goes into a really bad like bass drop.
I just didn't like it. Like I thought the beat was really nothing. It was weird. And then it's because the buildup is so good. And then the Catch Me, it's like this low register, very like monotone thing. It just, I don't know. It just doesn't, it's just not great. It's just not great.
Like for me, if they made a song with that main portion of like, like they made a whole song out about that, I might like the song like a lot.
I would have really liked that song.
I might like the song like a good deal, but the EDM portion of it and like the danciness, like I said it in the reaction and I'll say it again here, I really kind of don't like the direction Girls' Generation is taking with their music now. It's getting a lot more electronic, a lot more J-pop-ish. And I'm just not too big of a fan of that. So,
but the thing is, like, SM is actually they know their market very well. They know they don't have to, once you have Korea, like BoA does this, DBSK or TVXQ, whatever they used to be called beforehand, like they also did this too, which is once you have the Korean market, they're gonna buy your shit no matter what because they're crazy fans of yours.
And then you go to
Japan, and then you focus on Japan. Like BoA has been in Japan for like 10 years, right? Yeah. I started listening to BoA in Japanese.
Same.
And then when I heard the Korean versions of some of her old songs, I was like, this is weird.
A little bit weird.
But like it makes sense, and it's kind of sad to see the Girls' Generation where like. Pretty much ever since I think like when like I didn't really like Taxi,
Mr. Taxi.
I didn't really like a lot of the songs
favorite,
after like the G kind of era because that's when I from what I can understand, they really started focusing on the Japanese market, and there were a lot of Japanese songs. And
Very true.
And
Like
I just
Galaxy
wasn't my
Supernova.
thing. Yeah, Galaxy Supernova. I was just like, this is not my thing. I don't listen to J-pop anymore.
Yeah.
Kind of for this reason.
Yeah.
And yes, this is supposed to be a Japanese release, so it makes sense. It totally
does
makes sense.
Yeah.
But I can't help but have the feeling that why?
Yeah.
Why?
So I guess if I was to talk about the music video now, those outfits that they have, the cargo pants and that chain and the exposed midriff.
The midriff.
Oh my goodness, that does something for me. That is good. I like.
Yeah,
but
really
Finding Nemo construction outfits, not so much. Opposite of that.
And it kind of makes them look stumpy.
It makes them look really boxy, like very rectangular, you know?
And it might be because we're so used to nowadays like skin tight outfits from everybody. But it just kind of like the midriff really showed off their figure, really showed off their bodies, which was really sexy.
Yeah, it was very sexy.
And then the Finding Nemo outfit was kind of like
the opposite of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it made my pee-pee sad.
Well, I don't want to go that far. I wouldn't go that far. Like, I'll see it if they wear fucking baggy ass jinkos and fucking dirty ass.
All right, Steven. All right, don't bring us into your fantasy.
Never mind.
I see your eyes.
I don't even know where I was going with that.
If you're not watching the video version, Steven's eyes are getting less. They were getting less and less focused.
Yeah, I went into my dream world.
And you're like, Steven, come on.
It's like, and then they're like eating a banana, and then it drops onto their.
Where am I?
Like, oh, check my pants. Okay.
But the dance, there were, I guess, a few parts that I did enjoy. Like, there's one parts where they kind of do like the side shuffle, like all together.
That was cool. That. And they do a little like hand movement. Yeah. Kind of like.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
But all in all, the dance itself is kind of so-so, right?
Yeah, I thought it was kind of. I mean, we did say that like a music video still, I think, boring as shit in the long run.
Yeah.
But better than Mr. Mister for sure.
Oh yeah, Mr. Mister was a train wreck of a music video.
Yeah, I mean, granted, of course, it had its own problems.
Yeah.
But I like it when they don't have like this extraneous story that is like symbolic and stuff. I like that it focused on their dancing.
Yeah.
Which I feel like I haven't seen in a while.
Yeah.
Because even I Got a Boy was 2 years ago. Yeah. You know, more than 2 years ago.
Oh my goodness, you're right, it was.
So
Wowie.
Even though it was 2 singles ago, so. I mean, I appreciate that they went back to that, but unlike EXO, which we'll talk about in a second, like the EXO can dance, right?
Yeah.
And so when you have long extended shots, like a dance video, it's really interesting. It's really cool. And I mean, Girls' Generation, they can't really dance. You know, that wasn't required of groups 6 years ago.
I mean, if the dance was really, really catchy, I would think this music video would be awesome. To be honest, because I'd much rather have a music video that's just basic, showing off the choreography, outfits, and like concept, rather than them trying to make a story and really, really just like crashing and burning, you know?
Yeah. And like, so I don't really know if like some people, like this is the most dislikes I've ever seen on a Girls' Generation video, right?
Yeah,
like,
it's crazy. Crazy, yeah.
But I don't know if that's from legitimate, like I don't like the song on this video, or if it's
all
Jessica nonsense.
Beef, yeah.
Yeah, so I can't really tell. But I think in general, like I read some stuff and it seemed like a lot of people were kind of disappointed with it, but they're still going to give it an upvote. They're still going to like it because it's Girls' Generation.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I can respect to a degree that you're fans of the group for so long and you just want to support them. But on the same vein, if you don't like something, don't force yourself to like it, you know?
Yeah. It's just like one of those things where it's like, man, I listened to it. I didn't like it at first, but I listened to it 12 times, and now I love it. And it's like, yeah, the thing with that is I can do that for a lot of songs.
Yeah.
Doesn't make it a good song.
Yeah, there's a limit, right? Like, after watching it for a few times, I noticed some things that I liked about, like, the choreography or liked about, like, the outfits. But I'm not going to force myself to watch this music video 100 times just so I can support them, you know?
Yeah, but I think you would 2 years ago. I
might have, to be honest.
Sad.
I was a super fan of Girls' Generation. So it's quite sad that I guess they're really, really kind of phasing out.
But aren't you happy at least we got to see them in concert before they broke up?
Oh, yeah. I'm really, really happy I got to see them as like a full 9 group. performing songs that I liked and like grew up with.
Yeah, the time before Mr. Mister. Wait, was it before or after?
Yeah,
Mr.
it was before
Mister?
Mr. Mister because they showed Mr. Mister teaser at the concert.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's it for that. But let's move on.
Yeah. So our next song is by the always wonderful EXO with "Call Me Baby."
Yeah, EXO, SM, bustin'. They were like, "Oh shit, YG's coming out soon. Fuck! All right, let's get our big guns out." And they came out blasting, right? Girls' Generation,
EXO, bang bang.
I mean, who else they got? Nobody.
They got Super Junior.
Shiny's locked in a closet.
Shiny is locked in a closet. Why is Shiny locked in a closet?
Is finally going, or I guess the next phase of them are finally going to the military.
Well, that's the problem with Super Junior, right? Like you have so many guys, and so many of them have to do the mandatory Korean military service.
Although it's crazy to me though that like even like only now some of the JYJ members are finally going to the military. I'm like, aren't you guys like fucking 30 years old? Whoops. But anyways, EXO's "Call Me Baby." We also did a reaction to this, and I think of the reactions we've done recently, I think this one was the one we were the most overly harsh on.
Really? I felt you were very overly harsh. I had a lot of good things to say about it, actually.
I don't know. The last time I watched it, like, there was a lot of, like, meh. I know you said that there's, like, this, like, brassy beat, and then I listened to it later, and I was like, that's not what brass means to me. But I don't know. Anyways.
It's like tuba-ish.
Maybe I was too harsh on it. Because, I mean, I've listened to it again, and the chorus is pretty catchy. I don't know if that's because Josh keeps fucking singing it.
The chorus is like pretty much the only catchy part of the song.
Yeah.
The verses they're kind of whatever, right? Like
maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I think of a lot of SM releases, like EXO releases are always the highlight, which I don't think I've ever said, but I think I realized that recently, which is like, you know, the thing is, it's kind of like what I'm afraid the Avengers 2 will be like, which is Avengers 1 was so fucking good to me.
Oh yeah.
It's like my second or third favorite movie of all time, right? Yeah. Like everything after that, it's like, oh god, like I just, you know.
Oh god.
So EXO's growl is so good that everything after that kind of has that standard.
Yeah.
So like for example, today when we watch a lot of music videos and there's a lot of boy groups and like you look at any of them. And I said to you, I was like, I don't understand the difference between this group and this group. Like, why is this group popular and why is this group not popular? Yeah. I just don't understand personally. Yeah. But I understand why EXO's popular.
Yeah.
I'm like, the way they dance, the way, I mean, actually, it's really just the way they dance. I don't know about their singing.
Because, I mean, when you think about it, right, like, EXO, they're marketed and branded and their concepts are just what's popular, you know, like they have very many reasons to like them, right? They have a lot of different styles of members, right? They capture like two big markets of the Chinese market and Korean market, and they're all good looking guys. You know, they all mostly sing and all mostly dance, right? Like, yeah, but they've got the whole package going on, right?
The thing is, I can say that I think even like the new groups have that thing going for them. Like, most of them are multinational. Most of them can sing decently well. Most of them can dance decently well. But I don't know if it's the EXO's choreographer. Like, it's a very distinct type of dancing that none of the other boy groups do.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know if it's because SM really has shot their music videos decently well. Like, not decently well, very well, I think, in the grand scheme of things. I don't know what it is. But, like, when I think of EXO, I'm like, I get why EXO is popular.
Yeah.
So I think that's a big, hopefully that's a big compliment to EXO.
And it's at the same time, it's a compliment, but it's expected, right? Like EXO is the SM flagship group right now. Like they should be pouring all their good, like all their ace kind of stuff, the ace choreography, the ace songs, like the best choreography. EXO should have them because EXO is making them the most money. Right.
But, well, I'll talk about that in a second. The song, like, the more I listen to it, I think the more I do kind of enjoy it, it's still not, I don't think, a song that I'm going to like, school's over, I'm walking home, what's the first song I'm going to press play on? Yeah. It's not going to be this song, personally. Yeah. But I still think it's better than most things, which I don't think I said in the reaction.
Yeah. It's better than a lot of releases nowadays, with maybe like 80% of the releases, right?
Yeah. But what just popped into my head was that, like, so this is the first release since the two dudes left, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, I kind of wonder, like, it seems like that didn't slow them down the slightest, right? Like, this is still getting a crazy ton of views.
Yeah.
There's really not that many dislikes. I mean,
a little bit
more than normal. It has
a lot of dislikes, but proportionally not very much.
Yeah, not very much. It's like that's kind of scary to me, actually, that, like,
how big EXO is.
Yeah, how big EXO is, and how I don't want to say how expendable some of the members are. It's like, remove two of them, doesn't matter. Like, it literally doesn't matter.
EXO is a freaking freight train. Like, you lose like one or two wheels, you're still gonna be
fine, right? Like.
But also, I'm curious, like, how many members would have to leave for them to lose?
Yeah, for it to really matter.
Yeah, for it to really matter. Because like 2 out of 12 is a lot of members if you think about it, right?
Yeah. And I personally think, like, it'll be really sad, and of course a lot of people prefer the Chinese members. Mm-hmm. But, like, at least since we live in Korea, right? Yeah. Like, I think if all the Chinese members leave, like, their rumors are, like, all the time that the Chinese members are gonna leave, mm-hmm. like, I don't think it'll matter for the Korean scene. Like, I think even if they just had 5 Korean, they still have all 6 Koreans, right?
I think so, yeah. Because Luhan was Chinese also. Luhan and Chris were the people who left.
Right. They're Chinese.
They're both Chinese, right? I think.
Okay, yeah. So the Korean 6 are still there. Like, I think if the other 4 left, like, I think their popularity would still be fine. I think the big problem. I think the big problem will be when the Korean members leave. As sad as it is, and it's a little racist, but that's just kind of the nature of us living in Korea. Obviously, in China, that would be different. But or I understand, like, I'm trying to back up my statement a lot by saying things like, because I think people will take it the wrong way. Yeah. But I really, like, I think that's really interesting because, like, Girls' Generation loses 1 member, and, like, I read all these, like, we even got some comments on reaction of, like, man, once Jessica left, like, the dancing went to shit, or the dancing got better, or a lot of things.
Everybody had something to say
about Jessica.
Yeah.
And, like, I mean, I didn't read as much EXO stuff, but it didn't really seem like there were that many EXO comments of, like, oh shit, this is worse without Chris and Luhan, or it would have been better, or it's better. Like, it just seemed like, I love EXO. EXO's the best. Like, like, EXO is an entity. It's not 12 people.
Yeah. So which is strange because Girls' Generation used to be like an entity and, like, not 9 people also. Yeah. And that just kind of goes to show that EXO right now is in their prime. Yeah. And, like, SNSD is unfortunately not in their prime anymore. You know.
Yeah, they can get away with murder pretty much.
Yeah, maybe at least drunk driving, because that happens in Korea. If you're a Korean celebrity and you're caught drunk driving, you just pay some money, and then
sometimes it depends.
Disappear from the limelight. It depends
if they got a wreck or not.
Yeah,
if they got a wreck, then you get kicked off all your shows, and then you can't promote for like a year.
Yeah.
And
then you come back, and people are like, "Oh, why was he gone again? Oh yeah, drunk driving."
Oh, I don't give a shit. Anyways, let's move on. Those were the big old SM releases, but we got more to talk about. The next one would be our hypest group of last year.
Yeah.
One of the only groups that
we really get quite hyped about.
Yeah, I still get hyped about, and that is Mamamoo. Best Rookie of 2014, and with their new song, Ahh Oop. Is it
Ahh Oop?
Is it Ahh Oop?
Ahh Oop?
Ahh Oop?
Like alley oop?
Hey yo, it's
Ahh Oop.
Ahh Oop. Ahh Oop. The English romanization is weird.
Ahh Oop.
But anyways, Mamamoo is a collaboration with Esna.
If you don't know who Esna is, who is Esna?
I have no idea. I know she's from America, I think.
Mm-hmm.
She's a singer.
Mm-hmm.
or a sing talker, and that is all I know about Esna. I don't know much.
Yeah,
I didn't look up much.
I don't know very much about Esna either. So
I've seen her name once or twice. I know she was featured in another song I can't remember off the top of my head. But Mamamoo, like their first 2 songs were collaborations, right? One was with Bumkey and one was with K-Will, right? Like
K-Will and Wisung.
Yeah, and Wisung. So they're no stranger to working with other members.
Yeah.
Now Mamamoo, you know, if you're a longtime listener, you'll know that Mamamoo's first song, "Don't Be Happy," is fucking amazing.
It's a great song.
It's an amazing song. We just listened to a little bit of it before this. Still amazing.
Amazing song.
Their second song, Chocolate Peppermint or Peppermint Chocolate. Never remember the right
amazing
order.
Song.
With K-Will. Amazing fucking song. Then the next song after that, Mr. Ambitious.
Mr. Ambiguous. Yeah.
Not as awesome, but still fucking awesome.
Still a good song.
And then the 4th song, Piano Man.
There was like another release before that one there.
Not an official one.
Oh, yeah,
like their album were released. At least I don't think.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. But the 4th one was Piano Man. I just haven't listened to that song. I listened to it like 3 or 4 times and I was done. So they're kind of on the downswing. So we were really excited for this new song. Because it looked like it was a very kind of
Mamamoo style.
Mamamoo, like not Piano Man style looking song.
Like doo-wop?
Yeah. Which I think they pull off very well. This is all a long-winded way of saying I didn't really like this song that much.
It was all right. I mean, they sing well, and this is Mamamoo style, but it's just missing that something. I don't know.
Well, the problem is they sing well, but half the song is sing talking.
Yeah.
And like, so they get Esna to work with them, and she sings a tiny bit, but she does way more sing talking or sing rapping, whatever the fuck you want to call it, in this than actual singing. And like, I just don't like sing talking. I've never liked sing talking.
Yeah, I would rather have Esna not be in the song. Actually, I don't think she does this song any favors.
Yeah, like there's nothing wrong with like her voice or her thing. It just
she disrupts the song rather than helps it along.
It's like it's kind of this weird distraction where it's like the rapper girl could have done her part, Esna's part.
Easily.
And the rapper girl like only gets this tiny thing in the back part where it's like, why get Esna? Like I just don't understand. Now, unless she was the songwriter or something, I feel okay. Something's coming back to me right now. Maybe Esna is the songwriter. Is a songwriter that also sings sometimes. And maybe she wrote "Don't Be Happy."
If you know,
leave us a comment.
If you know, leave us a comment.
I could be wrong on that. Doesn't matter. I just didn't really like it. Didn't play to their strengths, right? It's like when Spica does a song without much singing in it. You're like, why are you doing a Brave Sound song, Spica? Like, what the fuck?
Brave Sound makes songs for people who can't really sing well.
Yeah.
And Mamamoo, like, we want to hear your R&B style of singing where you kind of are like
we really wanted them to go back to an R&B-ish kind of like Don't Be Happy is still my favorite.
I think I like Peppermint Chocolate.
And I think you might like Peppermint Chocolate more, but I like Don't Be Happy more because it's more R&B. Like it's got Bumkey in it, right?
Yeah.
And like Peppermint Chocolate is a really great song.
Yeah.
But when we listened to it just a couple of minutes ago, we were like, this is the best version of Mr. Ambiguous and Piano Man and this song.
Doo-woppy style.
Yeah, like the olden days style or whatever. It's like they've been doing this for a while now, and
slow it down.
Yeah, every iteration has been worse to me. So it's like I really wanted them to go back to R&B with this one, but they didn't. They just continue with this style, and it's weird because when you listen to the Mamamoo album, it's like
that one song, and then all the other songs.
All the other songs are like not even this style in the closest. Like there was one hardcore like rippity rap song, and I was like, what the fuck? And we mentioned this the last time we talked about Mamamoo, but so just like I think at the end of Piano Man, we would rather you go back and listen to Don't Be Happy and Peppermint Chocolate than this song. I don't know. I just didn't think it was that special.
I really want Mamamoo to come out with like an upbeat R&B song. That would be really great. Yeah.
That would be good. But anyways, that is it for the first part of our podcast. And here we hit the middle part where we thank all the listeners and all the viewers on YouTube that give us their time of day.
Yeah.
We really, really thank you a lot.
What else is there to say? Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think there have been many times in the last 6 months for both of us where we were like, I kind of just don't want to do this. At least for me. I don't know.
Same, yeah.
There was definitely a lot of weeks where I was just like, we don't really like K-pop the same way as we used to anymore. Yeah. And we know that. Yeah. We're not hyped about anything that much anymore.
Yeah.
And,
well, at least not to that level, right?
Yeah. And so I was like, maybe we shouldn't. I don't really even want to do this anymore. But the only reason we still do it, or that got us through those moments, really was I don't want to let those couple thousand people down, or I don't want to let down the YouTube commenters or whatever. Yeah. So we do want to thank you guys, and of course the best way to help us is to leave us a review on iTunes. So now we want to thank some of the people that left us some reviews this last episode. So first. There is a first review that let me know on Twitter that this review was left in the Australian iTunes store. Yeah. Since we mainly only checked the American one.
US one, yeah.
Yeah, so if you leave one in some other country's store, please tell us on Twitter or email or YouTube comment so that I can see it.
Because we don't really check those ones regularly.
Yeah. So this is by Vagrant-esque. I think I'm saying that right?
Vagrant-esque.
Vagrant-esque. And this is like a truncated review, but he or she. I think it's a he though.
Maybe. I don't know.
Sometimes I can't tell because sometimes like on Twitter they'll use like a dude's picture, but then that could just be a hot dude. Because when I used Twitter, I actually had a Sunny as my picture. Yeah. And so
I think my picture right now is Avengers.
Oh, your picture right now is Avengers.
Yeah, my picture is Avengers.
I wouldn't know.
But like cute Avengers right now.
Although it says Josh in your name. But anyways, Vagrant says, this podcast is the answer to your problems if you enjoy listening to K-pop, but don't have the time to sift through the weekly landslide of mediocre songs to find good tracks.
Well, true and not true.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think we do sometimes talk about songs that we don't like, but... Yeah. 90% of the songs we don't like, you'll never hear about because they've been X'd.
Never hear about.
Yeah, but Vagrant continues to say, it definitely doesn't hurt that Steven is frequently hilarious and Josh's voice is sexy.
Great stuff. But I don't think I've ever had anyone say my voice is sexy, though, so thank you.
And everyone says I'm hilarious, so I don't know.
Maybe they have it mixed up. Maybe you're the sexy voice one and I'm the hilarious one.
No, that can't be true.
Damn.
That can't be true. Although in America, right, I was a high school teacher and like one time I got sick, but I had to go to work. So, my voice was like this, which was kind of what my voice was like last week. And my students were like, oh man, Mr. K, or Mr. my last name. What? Your voice sounds so good today. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I'm sick and this sounds awful. And they're like, oh, well, it's better than your normal voice. And I was like,
fuck you, kids.
Oh, gosh, damn. But apparently I have a really booming and annoying voice sometimes. So, I don't know.
It's definitely booming.
Thank you. It is true. It is true. I got a little bit of Chinese in me. We loud, bro.
We loud.
But all right, second review
is from Lara, or I guess Lara, Lara, L-A-R-A, Laura, maybe, I don't know, maybe, but Lara Kawa. She says, "Hi, Josh and Steven. I've been listening for 9 months or so, and I really enjoy the format of new song audio clips, critical commentary on audio and visual, and occasional news." We do news?
Occasionally.
Even the ranting is enjoyable. Occasionally. I might not agree with everything you two say. Fair enough. For example, she talks about Red Velvet's Automatic, and but she says it's important about trying to start a conversation and finding a greater perspective, which is true. If you guys want to like critique our critique and say like, oh well, you guys don't know what you're missing, just tell us why. If you think, oh, I think this song is better than you guys said it was because this reason, and this reason, then most of the time, Steven and I will go back and listen to that song for whatever that you say, and we'll try to give it another chance. So, yeah,
we get a lot of great YouTube comments of people that are like great show, love what you do, but blah 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 automatic was blah 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 or this blah blah blah, and we really like that. Like,
yeah, we do.
It's way better than like 2 years ago when I used to do with Kelvin, and the best comments we ever got were like, "You fucking suck a dick," like
just something very hurtful.
Yeah, so it's great that we have a lot of good viewers that leave us that like the show even though they don't agree. So we're really thankful.
Difference of opinion, but at least we still respect each other's opinions.
Yeah.
Right?
And if that is your real name, I really enjoy the symmetry or whatever the repetition, of your name. Yeah, it's just so nice to look at. So nice to look at.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
And the last review that we've gotten since the last episode is by Rachel0509. Part of me was like, sometimes it's birthdays, right? But
are you born
in May 9?
Maybe.
I don't know. But Rachel says, I've been interested in K-pop since college, and when I graduated in 2013 and started my first job, I needed something to listen to. Anyways, she says a lot more, but anyways, I do disagree with a lot of what is being said, and it seriously bums me out sometimes. So more positivity would be nice.
We will try, Rachel. We will try.
Yeah.
We used to do this every week, and we had to talk about a lot of songs that we didn't like. So we moved it back to every 2 weeks, and we're just trying to talk about songs that we enjoy most of the time. But we will try to be more positive, but sometimes you just can't. Like you just don't like something. So, but we will try.
Yeah.
We promise.
I left that part in because I wanted to talk about kind of our lack of positivity, but it turns out I talked about it
already
20 minutes ago. But I personally think sometimes the most hilarious thing that come out of our mouths when we hate something.
Super negative, yeah.
But I do agree that it's kind of a problem. Like sometimes it's like Saturday night or Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon.
Oh, we're really tired,
and I'm like watching Daredevil, and I'm like, I don't want to stop to record this podcast. But that's just kind of my personality, where I'm a lazy motherfucker.
We're both pretty lazy motherfuckers.
Yeah. Like the fact that this has gone on for so long, it may not be apparent to you since you don't really know me, but like it's a big old thing that I've kept up with something for this long.
Yeah.
That don't happen to me. But we really, really will try to be more positive, or at least if we don't like something, we'll try to tell you why, not just bash it for no reason.
We tend to do that sometimes, right?
Yeah, especially in our reactions. But I personally think that's what reactions are for, is for your your reaction.
Unfiltered reaction to some things, yeah.
But no, Rachel, we definitely heard you, because I think a lot of people have left reviews saying something to that effect. That
people have the similar sentiment about we are quite negative.
Yeah. But, hey, YG's coming back.
YG, I'm waiting. YG, everyone's waiting. YG, but I'm waiting. Also.
I know it's awful, but I hope it's bad. I hope it's a train wreck. I think that'll be.
Why?
Because it would be so more interesting. It would be so more interesting.
But I feel like you and we always have such beef with like YG stans. Like they really don't like
YG
us.
stan. Or you call them YGs? Is that a real term?
Yeah, it's what.
Oh, they call themselves?
Yeah.
Anyway,
YG
you could
stands. Just add stands to like anything to mean like group of people.
Oh.
Like EXO stands and stuff like that. But YG stands. Sure. YG stands.
Right.
YG
supporters, whatever. Yeah. They're definitely more like they're more
mean
defensive.
To us.
They're definitely more defensive than
so
SM
mean
fans.
To us.
But
yeah,
that's fine. That comes with territory.
Majority of them leave the kind of comments that are very attacking on our personalities and our appearance. So,
but it doesn't matter. It's been a long time since then, because YG hasn't released much.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but they left that teaser that was like the first of pretty much the next 5 months.
Yeah.
Right, May, June, July, August, September, whatever. The next 5 months, something will be released. I don't know if it's a Big Bang song once of those times, or if like March is a Big Bang, you know, or not March, May is Big Bang, June is Icon, then Winter, then 21. Like I don't know what those 5 things are, but like I actually hope it's that. I hope it's big one of each.
I hope it's like their whole stable's coming out.
Yeah,
I really hope that.
I think that'd be really. I think that not that it wouldn't be cool to get 5 new Big Bang songs, but. I think it would be cooler.
Yeah, I want to hear what they're working with
for all the people. Like that would be a
real treat. Yeah,
that would be a really cool, and it would give us a lot to talk about. But anyways, let's move on to the second half where I get to talk about my, I guess, second favorite song of the week.
God, this song. Oh my god.
This might not be my favorite song, but it's definitely my favorite song and video.
It's something to talk about.
Definitely. And that is Papa JYP featuring Jessi with Who's Your Mama?
어머님 누구니?
Now JYP has been gone for a long time. He doesn't whisper in songs no more. He doesn't even compose songs anymore for like MissA and shit.
He was like, you know, married.
He got married. And so the first thing he did after getting married was write a song about booty. Like if you thought, oh, JYP, I don't want to hear a song about JYP. This is a song about booty. You should watch it and you should listen to it. It is fucking hilarious. Like, JYP has always been known to kind of be kind of funny, right? Kind of not take himself too seriously. And I hope that's the case here.
If he's serious in this song, then JYP, you have problems, man. Like, what does your wife say about you?
But if it's a kind of a joke, which we're pretty sure it is, it's fucking hilarious. Like, it's got... Not only is it hilarious, it's got all the kind of JYP makings. Right, it's got like a funky ass beat.
Boom, boom.
It's got really like interesting like I want to say noises, but he's got really interesting like effects that like you just don't hear in anyone else's songs. It's got like that ragtimey piano part into it, a standing bass.
It's a mix of like a lot of different styles. It's like kind of like 50s swing dancing mixed with like 80s electronic bass and like 20 or 2000s like lyrics. Like, it's really funny like juxtaposition of styles. You know?
Yeah, and it all fits together really well. And just he does a dance that's so reminiscent of why the Wonder Girls were so popular. It's very basic. It's very simple. Yeah. It's very hilarious.
Yeah, it's very hilarious.
And that's just all the song, you know? Like, I don't know if it'll be as fun to just listen to the song without the video, but like, the video is just like there are like so many subtle things about the video. Like we were saying how like there are parts where it's edited to the beat of the song. Yeah. There's like zoom ins and zoom outs to the beat of the song. Yeah. Like it matches so great with the song. Yeah.
And you also get like copious amounts of butt shots.
You get some butt shots and like
Korean butt shots.
The main girl in this, I personally think is really pretty and has a nice butt. It's not a big booty. It's not what I think I have different butt preferences than most American dudes who are all into big butts nowadays or whatever.
It's a big butt craze.
Like I know these girls don't have big butts, and for the most part, they were actually not twerking and stuff. Although they do a little bit twerking in the middle, and I was like, that girl's got a really fucking nice butt. So if you like ass. That girl got a nice ass.
It's just so funny because JYP just goes up at the beginning of the song and he's totally ogling over this girl, and she's just like, "Oh, I don't care." Yeah, and it's just kind of like,
he's like, "What's your waist size?
Like, what's your waist size?" She's like, 24.
What's your hip size?
34.
And he's just like, "Oh, dang."
It's like, can you? If I ask someone that in like freaking gym, like they're gonna kick me out.
Yeah.
Like,
and we're saying how JYP has the best, like, oh my god, like what,
like it's like the Uncle Jessi in like Full House where he's like hurt man, you know, like kind of, you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about.
Like he just has such a good.
And then there's just part of this music video where he's just kind of like just ogling the girls while they're doing squats or like, you know.
It's just hilarious.
It's just JYP being JYP, and the song is awesome. Yeah.
Like it's just such a fun video. I still think it's a good song. Like even without it. Yeah. And yeah, like,
yeah, I mean, a little, quite demeaning to women, but it's.
I mean,
it's the way I look at this song. It's like the Korean equivalent of "Big Butts," you know, by Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Kind of, yeah, because he kind of is like, oh, who's your mama, right?
Yeah,
like who gave you that ass?
Who gave you that ass?
There was an American song.
Was it your papa?
Wasn't there an American song that was like, who's about your mom? Like, who gave you that?
Gave you that ass? Yeah, what is that song?
I don't know. My American pop.
Or like what have they been feeding you or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. Doesn't matter. What we didn't really talk about much was that this song features Jessi from, I guess she's in Lucky J now, but of course she skyrocketed because she was on Pretty Rap Star. I kind of thought her rap didn't fit that super well in the song.
It's kind of lackluster.
Like, she's got a very distinct voice, and I just didn't think that voice matched well with this type of song. Like, it's kind of a jokey song, and her voice,
like a jokerish rapper.
Yeah, like we say this a lot, but like a Asani type voice would be really good here.
Yeah. No, I would want a female rapper.
Well, if there was a female
funny rap,
I don't know. Funny is not the right word. Just a rapper that's not like
hard,
like that's all Jessi is. Like someone with like I really like Hyesum from Pretty Rap Star. I think she would have a really good. She has like a cuter kind of rapping voice, but I think that kind of would fit really well with a song like this. Yeah. Anyways, I kind of have
it's a funny song. You don't want a fierce like, I'm the top bitch.
Yeah.
Like kind of rapper in this, right?
Yeah. And she kind of comes out. She's like
she makes it too serious. Yeah, she makes it too serious.
Yeah. But if you're going to watch one MV, I mean, you probably already watched Girls' Generation EXO, but if you're going to watch one more MV,
no.
Watch JYP.
No, this is not the MV you need to watch.
Okay.
This is not the MV you need to watch.
No, there's another one, but that's not an MV you should watch. Unless you want to cry in a corner.
You should watch it.
All right, well, let's move on to the next song.
So our next song is a huge release. It's still #1, I think, on Melon right now.
Still #1.
Beating out, EXO, Girls' Generation, any other song. And that is MissA with Only You.
Yes.
다른 남자 말고 너.
It surprises the shit out of me that this song was not only #1, but it's still #1.
It's been #1 for like couple weeks, right? Like 2-ish, almost 3 weeks, right?
Like when you ask anybody about K-pop, like MissA would MissA's popular.
Don't get me wrong.
We know that.
Yeah.
But they're so irrelevant in the last 2 years.
Yeah, they've been so quiet.
Yeah, that like most Korean people just like if you were to like name me 10 girl groups right now, MissA would be on like 2% of their list.
Maybe.
Maybe less.
That might be an over-exaggeration, but...
I don't think so. Because, like, when I play games... I mean, granted, I'm playing games with middle school students, and they're kind of young. But, like, when we play K-pop games or we play, like, something like... I recently played a game where it's, like, a clue game. A tiered clue game. So the first clue is very vague, and the first clue is, like, it's a girl group.
Yeah.
And so they start naming names, and I'll go through 9 classes of, about 300 people, and MissA would never ever be mentioned once. And they just came out with a song. Like they just came out with a #1 song, and nobody would ever guess MissA. So, granted, those are middle school students and whatnot. But although I think I had one person say that Suzy group. So
that's Suzy group.
I don't know.
Oh, that's too much.
But anyways. MissA is Only You. This is I guess my like mea culpa song.
Yeah.
Because when we did the reaction to it, I was kind of like, oh, it's not bad of a song.
Yeah, same.
Kind of didn't have
it's too fast and
yeah, in the kind of like chorus, I felt like needed some more stuff. Yeah. But after listening to it more, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
So there's 3 songs this week that we really, really want to talk about. And we really want to highlight. Like Pretty Brown obviously is mine and JYP. But Steven and I can agree that this song could have well been in our best song of the week if it wasn't for those other 2 songs.
Yeah, Pretty Brown didn't come out of nowhere. And JYP was the very last video we watched.
Yeah.
Like, one of them definitely would have been MissA.
Yeah, like MissA, like this... the more I listen to the song, it's just... There's something about it. Like, when I first listened to it, it just went by so quickly. I think that might have been it. I was just kind of like, oh, it's over so quick. Yeah, it's like, like I didn't really get a taste of everything, but there's like this nice little like beat.
It's a very upbeat song. There's not like random EDM in the fucking middle of it.
Yeah, and when I think I said in the reaction, like the chorus, I didn't really like it, but it's really grown on me. Like I do have to say, like the more I listen to this song, each time I listen to it, it gets better.
Yeah, and like unlike the Girls' Generation song, like the dance like has a kind of a thing to it, right? Mm-hmm. Either it's this like lineup that they do with like the hand on their butts, right? Or they have like a locking thing that I've seen a couple of times. Like their dance is a lot simpler. Mm-hmm. It's a dance that I if I were to bet, like at the end of the year when we kind of have our talent show, we're gonna see this song. Mm-hmm. Of course, unless AOA comes out with like 4 more songs that are way better.
They're super dancey, yeah.
But like this, actually, the more I listen to it, is like a really breath of fresh air. I think.
Yeah, I think
especially
so.
for this year.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to reverse some of my.
Yeah, I do as well. I think we were of all the reactions we've done in the past month, I think that I regret my reaction and my initial impressions of this song. Yeah, because I can't say how wrong I was in the reaction because we've already done the reaction and whatever. But at least in the podcast, I could say I really, really like the song now.
But I will say I still think that the chorus.
It needs to be longer. There needs to be something.
Needed to have a better beat attached to it. Yeah. Like I thought the beat attached to it, like there's such an empty blank space at the end of what do they say? Yeah, my go, whatever, right? Yeah. And then there's like there's like whatever part. Like there needs to be like a better beat or a better drop.
There needs to be some effect or some drop or...
Yeah, I wish it was there.
There needs to be a little bit something in there.
Maybe another... More yelling, song, right? More yelling.
Yeah, there's that... After I saw that, like, apparently, like, 46 seconds into the music video, there's like a yelling in there or a screaming.
I didn't go out of my way to listen to it, but you said you did, right?
I heard it.
And, like, even, I think in an interview, right, the girls were like, I never heard that. And I'm like, you guys must have, like, listened to it. To dance to, right? Yeah. Or like learn the dance. Actually, do you think they complete the song completely and then dance to it, or do you think they dance to just like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then later on the song comes in?
I think
because they gotta practice their singing.
Like it's really difficult to dance
without the song,
choreography without music.
Right. So they must have listened to the song like 1,000 times. Yeah. Right?
I mean, it's possible. Like it's like dancing is kind of like singing in a sense. Like it's really hard to sing without backing tracks, and it's also very hard to dance a choreography without backing tracks.
Gotcha. Yeah. So it's weird to me that they didn't notice, or the random yelling
and screaming.
Whatever. Maybe JYP murdered somebody, and they recorded it
by accident.
Yeah. Booty. Moving on.
Mama?
Moving on.
Who's your mama?
So I guess 2015 has been a really big solo artist, solo from a boy group, solo. So we have Block B's Taeil with his solo debut, Inspiring. Now,
but the Korean for it does not mean
inspiring.
It means like shaking or like moving, like 흔들리다.
Like kind of like that feeling after you get bad news. Is that what it's kind of? I was going back off.
Maybe, yeah.
Like that kind of like shaking, like confused feeling.
Yeah.
Well, the music video is about this girl who shows up. She's all happy to see her boyfriend, and then by the end, the boyfriend breaks up with her, and she's sad. And you kind of see this. It's like this slow motion video. Yeah. So you see this like her face go from like happy and
it's like good to see you. And she's. I don't know who this is, but she's a really good actress, I feel like, in terms of facial expressions. Yeah. Because she really sold me on happy, and at the end, she really sold me on sad.
Yeah. But anyways, Taeil, unlike a lot of the rapping solos that have been going on, or for example, like I don't even know what genre the Teen Top dude was in, or Jonghyun's is
like upbeat ballad.
I don't know. Those I think were. This is a ballad, but it's it's not something I would have expected from a Block B member. Like this is a very OST like ballad with a beat.
Yeah.
And I actually really like this song.
I do. I also really like this song as well.
Yeah, like it's weird to me. Like thinking, I'm like, you know, I'm still thinking of Block B, like, you know, dancing her, and you know, like shit like that.
Well, I knew they could sing. There's one guy in Block B that can sing because he hits all the fucking high notes in Block B.
Maybe it's Taeil.
I'm pretty sure it's that guy.
Because he sings really fucking well in this song.
Yeah, it's really on point, I think, this song, yeah.
I mean, there's not, like, that much to the song, other than it's a really... it's not an OST boring-ass ballad. It actually has, like, some feeling into it. He, like, puts some power in some of the notes, especially at the very, very end. Yeah. I think this is the song where he, like, hits a note so hard it kind of sounds like shit's cracking.
Yeah, it's, like, really... It has a lot of emotion in that note.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, like, kind of... I guess... How would I explain it? It's, like, not standard singing style, but, like, it really, really conveys emotion with what he did, yeah.
So it is a really nice song. And if you want to see a girl get some bad news, you know, a cute girl get some bad news, watch this video. Yeah. And if you want to cry, let's talk about the next video then, I guess.
Oh my God. I'm not ready, Steven. I'm not ready.
Well, who sings the next one, sir?
I'm not ready. So our last song of our main portion is by The Ark, a new group, The Ark, with The Light.
The Ark with The Light.
I'm not ready to watch this music video again.
Well, first let's start with the song. Actually, I don't know that much background on The Ark. I know they're kind of like an R&B-ish kind of group. Yeah. I don't know what company they're from, but you know, this is a new group with 174,000 likes. Like they gotta be from something, because that's a lot for a brand new rando group, especially you know, in a music video that doesn't feature them in it. Yeah. But the song was a lot different than I thought I was expecting, I guess. I don't know what I was expecting with a name like The Ark, but I guess I was expecting a more vocal group. Like, I don't know. When I hear The Ark, I think more vocal.
I
don't know.
Like ballady.
Yeah, like a more ballady, like vocal group. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You know, now that I think about it, I don't even really remember what the song sounds like. I really don't.
It's really the music video.
Alright, music video.
I can't.
Like, Josh is going to overact the shit out of this, but the music video is just kind of one of those drama music videos where something bad happens. It's really sad. It's actually the opposite of what I thought would happen. And that girl's really cute. She's probably 12 though, so I probably shouldn't say too much.
She kind of looks like Soyeon from AOA.
Yeah, like a younger sister, I guess. Yeah. She's just got a really cute. She's really cute. But, you know, something bad happens. And, I think you should experience it yourself, you know. It's just kind of a whole drama melted into 3 minutes.
You're probably going to watch this if you're watching our video portion, because it's, like, playing.
Yeah.
Like over here? Is it over here? Over there?
It's to the right.
It's to the right. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's that way.
I mean, most people who listen to this listen audio. So
yeah, like go watch this. I don't. It's the music video is so good. I don't want to spoil it for you. Yeah. But it is sad. You do kind of see it coming. So just watch it.
Like, I think it's actually because usually some of these dramatic music videos go on for way too long. But this one is really tight. It's really succinct. Yeah, it's really sweet but sad at the same time. But it doesn't dwell on the sadness for too long, which is really cool.
It's really the little things in this video that really make it that much sadder.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't want to ruin it for you, but like there's certain parts of it that if you watch it carefully, like you'll notice certain things that give it that much more of something.
Yeah.
And this is, even though this is a very cliche type of music video, it's quite cliche. It still hit me right in the feels, and I was tearing up. And if Steven was not here when we were watching it, I would be bawling like a baby. like real talk. But yeah,
it is pretty sad. It's pretty sad. But yeah, I think I do remember kind of liking the song, but for the life of me, I just can't remember what that song.
Yeah, this is one of the few times that I'm just like, I can't remember the song, but the music video.
Didn't it start with rapping and we were like, whoa, why is there so much rapping in this?
Was it this one?
I think it was this one.
Maybe.
But anyways, that's the Arc with their song The Light. So you should check it out if you want to cry a little bit. It's a pretty sad song. Or just watch a reaction to it, because there are some other people that are just like, you know, it's kind of like watching like Red Wedding reactions. It's just like it happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. Let's move on to our lightning round, where we talk about some songs that we just don't have enough to say about the full section. And we're going to start with Crayon Pop's FM. Now, Crayon Pop, of course, famous for Bar Bar Bar.
Yeah, jumping.
Jumping. That the EXID of 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And FM is kind of the first major song since giving up, I guess, the bike helmet era.
Yeah.
They're kind of moving on to the Power Rangers era. And I mean, I don't know. I thought the song, the chorusy part where the FM part kind of happens was okay, not bad. But I thought, especially compared to Bar 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 or even that Christmas song,
This one?
yeah, I mean, you can't see this on the audio version. We're doing the dance. What is it called? The Christmas song? Merry Christmas? It doesn't matter.
I don't know.
Like those songs were really catchy and cutesy. And this song was not cutesy, not as cutesy.
Yeah.
But not as catchy.
Yeah, they're kind of like dialing back a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, the dance is pretty cool, and like the amount of effort they put into the music video, I thought should be commended, because they all wore Power Rangers outfits. There was a lot of Power Ranger shit. There was some weird Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
There was some, it was like Power Rangers, then Sailor Moon, and then 2 Halo guys show up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But
just weird.
They definitely put a lot of work into the production of the music video, which should be commended. But I don't know. I didn't even think the song went with that style of music video.
It didn't.
Well,
the song and the music video didn't really go together. No.
Yeah.
But it's. I think you should watch it still.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting watch, especially if you like Power Rangers or Sailor Moon.
You won't see something like this in other Korean music videos.
Yeah. But I do think, there's a lot of girl groups. Not many of them can dance. I mean, they can do sexy dance, but not many of them can dance. But I think Crayon Pop does a really good job of dancing.
They know how to dance to their style.
Yeah.
All right.
Moving on.
Our next song is by Rap Monster with Joke. Rap Monster, what can we say, man? He's really, really impressive these days.
He's been putting in some work with these solo songs.
I mean, these raps are on point. Like me and Steven we used to joke around maybe a couple episodes ago about BTS and like going hard and things like that. But Rap Monster, what the fuck, man? Like seriously, you're putting it down.
Like the beat to this song was really really good.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very, like we said this before on some of his last songs, but like they're really modernish beats for Korea, right? Like Korea's 10 to 15 years behind. Like this song is only like 3 or 4 years behind. Mm-hmm. Like it was a really modern-y beat.
It rapped very, very well to it.
Yeah, well, I personally thought sometimes he was forcing himself to rap too fast.
Yeah.
And it didn't match up with the song, with the beat that much, but
it's seriously like 3 minutes of the same type of rapping.
Yeah.
That's why,
I think the only reason that we didn't talk about this in our main section is because there's no like chorus break.
There's no break. He's just rapping for like
hardcore.
3 minutes straight. It's like Twista style rapping,
which is great. Like he's an amazing rapper. He is the best solo rap artist that I've heard, like from any idol group, for any other. Like his style is so, I want to say, matches so well with like an American style that like it really works for me.
Yeah.
But
he is probably my favorite idol rapper.
Yeah, I think it sounds bad, but like I think I can't think of anyone that I would rather, like when we're talking about rap. Like G Dragon is a rapper, but he's not a a rapper.
Yeah.
You know, T.O.P. is also a rapper, but he ain't a rapper. He ain't this era of rapper. You know,
Yeah.
And I know he started in the underground and all that shit.
Yeah.
But like, you know, Doom Dada is not this. You know.
Yeah. This is. This is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only reason is because it's not more of a song as this is just
I'm
one
showing
long
off my
verse.
rapping skills.
So if there was like a catchy chorus in this song, like I think this could have been a really
like
really
you could
song.
expand this song to do a lot of things and like just great. Just listen to it. Yeah.
But way better than the other dude, the Bang Young-gook or whatever his name is.
The guy from
BAP.
BAP.
I mean I don't want to be so too dismissive about that. He was
pretty good too, but he's not good as Rap Monster.
Yeah, I don't want to say he was good. I think he was okay. But comparatively to Rap Monster, it was like night and day. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry to all the BAP fans. But
we're not trying to put BAP down. We're trying to say Rap Monster really killed it. You know,
I probably should have mentioned it.
You shouldn't have said anything, man. Now all those babies and we have friends who are babies too, and they're not gonna like that.
Oh well. Moving on to more JYP action with 15 and Jimin Park with her song "Hopeless Love." Now, Jimin Park was maybe you know her. I don't know. She won K-pop Star Season 1.
Yeah.
Number 2, of course, was Lee Hai.
Yeah.
But she has a beastly-ass voice.
Beastly.
Both the girls in 15 have a beastly-ass voice.
Yeah.
And this song was okay.
It was, okay. She got to show off her vocal chops a little bit, but the song itself, I'm not too big a fan on. It's a little bit too slow for me.
Like, the thing is, like, I think I like this song more than you because we were playing the game on when we want to stop listening to the music video.
And I it.
Yeah, you it pretty early, and I was like, don't worry. It's gonna, like, it's building. It's building. It's gonna get there. And it never got there. And that let me down a lot. Like, this song would have been perfect for this end 30 seconds of just power. But it just never came, which was kind of sad. But I do think, like, she sings insanely well.
Yeah.
And you know, it's kind of a ballad with a beat. It's got a little JYP
stank on it.
Yeah. So I'm pleasant, but I just kind of wish 15 and would do a little bit more.
Yeah, they're not. I wish they would be more active because I really like their voices.
I really like that first song that they released that I can't remember the name to right now, which is really sad.
Before
Nobody.
Nobody.
Nobody? No, it wasn't Nobody. Somebody.
Somebody. Oh yeah. So was it?
It was Somebody.
Yeah.
It was like some. I don't know. Whatever.
I know that song.
I haven't heard it in a year or two, but like, if I heard that song right now, I would fucking get out of my chair and shake my ass too.
Yeah, that song is really good.
Oh, somebody.
Love.
Yeah, there it is. All right.
That's the one.
I like that song. Anyways, moving on.
So our next song kind of goes with the trend of you could do something more with the song, but it's got a good bass. It's Gray featuring Loco with Just Do It.
Yeah.
Now
so doesn't have a music video.
Yeah. Now Gray and Loco, they're both rappers. Gray kind of sings a little bit often too.
And Gray, of course, is a producer for J Park's AOMG.
AOMG, yeah. And this song is good for the first minute because it's got a really good beat to it. But other than that, it doesn't. And Gray has a certain type of rapping or singing, and Loco as well. And I like both of those. But the problem is it's the same, like 1 minute, and then you're just going to paste it over for like 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah.
It's just a problem. But it's something good to listen to like in the background. Mm-hmm. But if you're going to be just listening to it and like kind of paying attention, really like focused on it, you might get bored of it, is what I'm trying to say.
It's very much like Jimin Park's, where it's like, oh my God, this from... or maybe not as much for you, but like
what else?
The 1 minute was good. What else? Come on, you're building to something. It just never.
Give me something else. Give me something else. Yeah.
And that trend continues with the next song, which is by Primary, featuring Bum Soo Gaeko, with their song "See You."
This song's also the same.
Song's also the same.
It's got a really really good bass, but it's missing a little bit of something. And I think what's really missing in this song is brass instruments.
And they teased the shit out of you in the music video.
Yeah.
Because there are 3 dudes in the back holding brass instruments. And literally the only thing they do in the entire song is just, they just dance back and forth. And every minute they go, and then that's it. That's all they do. Yeah. Well, you're pretty good at that. But Primary, I mean, if you don't know Primary, he's a producer.
Yeah.
He doesn't sing or anything. He just produces it.
He's the guy with the box on his head.
He's the guy with the box on his head. But he has made one of my favorite songs of all time, right? With Zion.T, See Through. See Through. That song's fucking amazing. It's Zion.T and somebody else, right?
I think it might be Loco actually on that as well.
I don't think it's Loco.
Oh, is it
Gaeko?
Maybe it's Gaeko.
Doesn't matter. That's a great song, and Primary has a very distinct, I think.
It's very
sound.
like keyboardy, synthy, keyboard synth.
There's another Primary song also we're not talking about, but that song with Lim Kim was also pretty decent too.
Kind of like trip hoppy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Kim Bum Soo, who sings the song, like he has a really nice voice.
Kim Bum Soo is like, if you guys don't know who Kim Bum Soo is, Kim Bum Soo has sang like maybe 2 or 3 songs that I really like. I can't remember the names of them. Shoot.
I don't know who he is.
Kim Bum Soo. Go look him up. The first song that he ever released, that one is my favorite of his. Jeez Louise, we're really bad at this.
It's just the more we do this, I feel really bad because I listen to a lot of podcasts and like especially film podcasts and like those dudes are so good at remembering things and like we're just not.
But
they're like, remember that thing I said 18 episodes ago about that 7th movie? And he's like, yeah, I remember that. And it's like, no, how the fuck?
But Kim Bum Soo, his first song, go look it up. His first single, shoot, I can't remember what it's called.
Doesn't matter. The song, if you want to listen to some beastly ass singing, I think his singing is really great. You should listen to the song.
But it needs brass instruments.
It needs some. Yeah. I don't want to say brass, but it needs some.
Yeah. All right. So, well, our next song is by good old bug-eyed Zion.T with Zero Gravity.
Trapped in the wrong time zone or time dimension. I don't know.
Zion.T. I love Zion.T. This song is... I first heard this song in like a cafe, and it was rainy, and the mood was set and everything, and this song just kind of hit me. It was just kind of like... It's a very calm song, but it's very Zion.T.
Very Zion.T.
Yeah, I was the one who you're like, oh, I want to talk about this in lightning round. Steven not so much because it's a little bit too boring for him. There's another Primary song that we mentioned that kind of sounds like this style, and I liked both of them.
I liked his Yanghua Bridge more than this one. Like this one's just so too boring. That one has some stank on it. This one was a little too boring for me personally. But
I liked it. I mean,
if you like Zion.T, right?
If you like Zion.T,
you like some of that weird shit.
Yeah.
If you like to see turtleneck
and circle sunglasses,
Janis Joplin glasses,
But this is kind of like how Steven and we like certain producers. Like Steven really loves Brave Sound, right? And I really like Primary and Zion.T and those kind of artists. So.
I mean, I'm down with the good Primary stuff.
Yeah.
And the good... Actually, I don't think I've ever liked a solo Zion.T song.
He's always better, like, featuring in some songs.
I just think his voice is better when there's less of it. I don't know. Anyways, we left I think the best song for last.
This song is amazing.
I already had cheated last episode.
Yeah.
And I had picked the Keystone song.
I really wanted to cheat last episode with this song, but...
Like, I think if we recorded last week, like we were supposed to, we wouldn't have the JYP song. I don't know if we would have had the brown sugar... What is it?
Pretty Brown?
Pretty Brown song, right? Like, I don't think we would have had it. We wouldn't have Girls' Generation on it, right? Like, I may have cheated again and put this song on it.
Yeah, but the song is so good.
I can't cheat again. And that is a Jimin featuring Iron with their song Puss.
So sorry for all our South African listeners. I don't maybe we don't have any, but Puss is a very offensive word.
I think puss is an offensive word in English too, dude.
You puss.
Yeah, you puss. So anyways, Jimin, of course, we did tangentially mention this in our last episode.
Did we?
I want to give some... Yeah, I mentioned it, but we didn't listen to it enough to talk about it. And Jimin, of course, is from AOA. She's the rapper with the squirrely ass voice. This is an Unpretty Rap Star song.
Yeah.
And this is the most successful one because this is still number 2.
Two?
Yeah,
it
still
is
number
number
2.
two. It's above
because
EXO.
MissA, it is above EXO, and this
above
song was
EXO.
released like a month ago, right? This is like, it was number 1 for many weeks. And I think I mentioned it last episode by saying the number 1 song in Korea was a song from an idol rapper called Puss. And they mean it both ways in the song. They're talking about don't be a pussy,
puss. Yeah.
right? Don't be a weakling. I don't want a weakling, right?
Yeah.
And then Iron comes in and he's like, "You my puss, like you're my pussy,
bitch, I guess.
like you my girl." So they do
Is
use
that
it.
what it means? I thought he's like, you're my bitch.
I mean, that's the same thing. Bitches means you're my girl, right?
No, but like bitch isn't like bitch, but not like my bitch.
Oh, I was thinking he was like, "You my bitch." Like,
Either way, derogatory.
yeah, it's derogatory in all forms. But I think it's mean like, "You my bitch," you know, like I fuck you, you know, like that.
I guess so.
I guess. Anyways, but it I don't know what it is about it, but the beat is fucking awesome. Yeah, the beat was made by, if I remember correctly, Rhymer, who is the co-founder of, or the founder of Brand New Music. So who would have thought?
Who would have thunked it?
But it's such a distinct rhythm, right?
Yeah.
It's such a, like, I haven't heard that in a K-pop song before.
Motherfucking top man.
Yeah. And it's like, it's dumb. All right, the lyrics are fucking dumb.
Stupid. But the
but and also the fact that it's in English for a lot of it, I can sing to it. And like, I know, I haven't mentioned this in a long time, but one of the reasons I loved Wonder Girls back in the day more than Girls' Generation,
it's because they had
English they had English choruses. And like, I could sing to those choruses. I don't know Korean. I can't sing to that.
But you.
Yeah. Like, that's why I loved it. And I got into K-pop and I was like, all the songs that I really loved have English in it. Do you know why I like Replay? Because I can sing fucking that word replay. I can sing to that. But in the recent year, K-pop has actually been using less and less English in their songs.
If they use English, it's really terrible too.
Yeah, and if they use English, it's usually in the rapping part or it's usually in this like throwaway part. But like for example, in our for our teaching here in Korea, sometimes we use these K-pop games where they see the English lyrics from a K-pop song. They have to guess the K-pop song, right? And so like a year ago, I made one myself.
Yeah, and it was all right.
And it was kind of hard to find songs, but it wasn't that bad.
It was all right.
And then I was going to make another one this year, and it was almost impossible to find enough songs that had a significant amount of K-pop. Like, when I say significant, I mean more than a
like
line.
two words or whatever, yeah.
And like, so English has actually, even though all the titles are still all in English,
it's been phasing out, yeah.
It's been phasing out. So like when this song came out, like some of the words are dumb. Like, I'm a top madam. Dumb. I'm a top man. You know, you a fucking puss. Like, it's dumb, but I can sing it and I can say it, and I love it.
I mean, I say that all the time, right? I enjoy songs that I like singing to more.
Yeah, but you can sing Korean though.
Yeah, but I mean, the same applies in this sense, right? Yeah.
True that. But then it kind of double applies by when it's an American song, and then if I know too much of the lyrics, I just shake my head and I cry myself to sleep because it's so fucking bad. Ray Stremmond, I'm talking to you, you fucking shitty goddamn artist. I don't understand.
Throw some bow.
But anyways, if you haven't heard it yet, this song I will still, even though I did pick JYP songs,
I still listen to this
even
song.
though you picked. Or I would have picked Brown Sugar. Fuck, it's not Brown Sugar. What
Pretty
is
Brown.
It? Pretty Brown.
Stop saying Brown Sugar.
I don't know why I keep thinking Brown Sugar. Maybe I want some of that. This song is still my favorite song.
This song's good.
Yeah. And like I said, it like EXO is number 3 on this list. Okay, Jimin was number 2. Like that.
This is the number 2 song on Melon charts right now.
Yeah,
right now.
Months or weeks after it's been released. So that's crazy to me. So give it a chance if you haven't yet. It's a song about puss. What else can we say? It's a great song. I laugh every time.
I'm sick of that puss. We actually made a joke in the last podcast, right?
Probably.
You were like, something Puss. I'm like, I'm sick of that Puss, and you're like, I'm never sick of that Puss.
I'm never sick of it. I'm not gonna be sick of this song.
I didn't mean that I'm actually sick of this song, but there's a line that says I'm sick of
you don't
that
like
Puss.
girls. I get it. But yeah, we did mention it a little bit, but I do want to end saying that like that Unpretty Rap Star thing like it just is blowing the fuck up in Korea.
Yeah.
Like it really is. Like I hear my students quote Unpretty Rap Star or sing songs from Unpretty Rap Star all the time now.
Yeah.
Like pretty much maybe not every class. I don't want to say every class, but at least once a day I'll hear usually girl students mention something about Unpretty Rap Star. Actually, one time in the middle of class, one girl straight up interrupted me and was like, "Have you seen Unpretty Rap Star?" And then I was like, "Yeah." And then we talked about it for 10 minutes, like in the middle of class. Because they were all like, "Yo, what do you think about Jessi?" And I was like, "I think she sucks dick." Both literally and figuratively.
Damn, son.
That was to me. They're like, "What do you think about Keys? What do you think about Cheetah?" And I was like, "Dang, I didn't know these." I mean, I knew hip hop was the new trend,
yeah.
but I didn't think so many people gave a shit about that.
And I'm happy. I really hope LE.
You should watch it, dude. I'm telling you, you should watch it. I think you'll like that Keysum song more if you listen to that Keysum song. Man. It's a good fucking song.
Maybe.
My Type, still a great fucking song.
My Type, yeah.
Another song we didn't talk about, but it was a Cheetah with Ailey.
Oh yeah, that's good.
And that was a pretty good song, but not as good as Puss.
Yeah, but that compilation album, like, cop that album. It's really good.
Yeah, if you just download the album. I mean, there's some songs that are not the greatest. You probably just never even heard them. They're just not the greatest. But all right, well that's it. Not as long of a podcast as actually I thought it would be.
I thought it would be this long.
See, you think this is long because we've been doing shorter ones recently, but we used to do them for like fucking 2 hours, 2.5 hours, dude. Yeah. But now we're impatient, so. That'll be it for episode 67. We should be back in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But if we're not, remember to follow us on Twitter.
Yep.
I know Facebook's still a thing. I don't check Facebook. I don't even check Facebook to talk to people like that are my friends anymore. Like I just don't. I just kind of stay clear from Facebook. So follow us on Twitter. This Week in K-Pop. Leave us an iTunes review. That really, really, really helps us out.
Or just comment on any of our YouTube stuff.
Yeah. The same old 20 people. We look forward to hearing your thoughts on this. But yeah, until next time.
Bye.
Peace, Puss.